A new contract guaranteeing pay raises for East Moline teachers could also mean job cuts. That vote happens tonight.
And what the president plans to do next following the collapse of the American Health Care Act.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Happy Monday and good morning. I'm Emily Scarlett. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning.
And I'm James Sears. Today, the East Moline School Board will decide whether to cut 15 teaching positions.
The potential cuts come after the board agreed to a new teacher's contract that guarantees pay raises. The impending vote is this morning's top story. Superintendent Kristen Humphrey says the budget is $1 million short. He's now proposing that the district cut pre-K and elementary school teachers, music programs, and the Title I reading program. A vote will take place during tonight's Board of Education meeting. That starts at 6:30.
And today, Moline's school board will discuss lead water testing. Last year, Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner signed a bill requiring schools to test for lead every year. A report last year showed that 10.8% of children in Rock Island County had higher than the recommended level of lead in their blood.
Kraft Heinz workers in Davenport appear to have avoided the company's recent layoff announcement. The company said it would be laying off 200 salaried employees in the U.S. and Canada, including an unspecified number at their Chicago headquarters. Kraft Heinz blames restructuring for the cuts. Also, President Trump is turning his attention to other legislative priorities after the GOP health care plan failed to come to a vote on Friday.
The development comes amid continued finger-pointing over who's to blame for the failure. Hannah Daniels has the latest from the nation's capital.
President Trump is seeking support from moderate Democrats to accomplish other items on his legislative agenda, now that Republican plans to overhaul Obamacare are on hold.
We are willing to talk to anyone. We always have been.
We Democrats, provided our Republican colleagues drop, replace, are willing to work with our Republican friends.
The president went from blaming Democrats for the bill's failure Friday,
and I think the losers are Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer,
to blasting conservative members of his own party, tweeting Sunday, Democrats are smiling in D.C. that the Freedom Caucus have saved Planned Parenthood and Obamacare.
At the very end of the day, the most valuable player will be President Trump on this because he will deliver, and we're committed to helping him get there.
Yesterday, White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus insisted it was merely a coincidence that the president plugged Fox News host Judge Jeanine Pirro's show on Twitter Saturday, the same day she said this.
Paul Ryan needs to step down.
Speaker Ryan asked the president last week to ditch the health care bill when it became clear Republicans wouldn't get enough votes to pass it. A spokesman for Mr. Ryan says the two spoke over the weekend and both are eager to get back to work. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
And House Speaker Ryan is set to address the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee conference in Washington today. Meanwhile, the Senate Judiciary Committee holds its vote on the nomination of Judge Neil Gorsuch. That's President Trump's pick for the Supreme Court.
This week, you can begin bidding on hundreds of rare and valuable items. The Illinois State Treasurer's Unclaimed Items Auction begins today. $32,000 worth of merchandise will be up for grabs. The items, typically from safe deposit boxes or lost bank accounts, must have been unclaimed for 10 years to be included. The money made from the auction will then be held for owners to claim. You can bid online by going to the Illinois Treasurer's website.
Dozens of Quad Cities residents got some pretty cool stuff over the weekend, all while helping out a good cause. The quarter auction and benefit for Justin Means drew a big crowd to Rock Island's Holiday Inn. Justin is battling leukemia. His grandmother says the event will help pay for medical expenses.
I just feel great about it. I think it's wonderful that all these people showed up. He got to come home today and he wanted to be here, but the doctor told him that they wouldn't advise it because he's susceptible to infections.
Now, if you couldn't make it to the benefit, it's not too late. Just head to our website, ourquadcities.com, for more information on how you can help. The wet weather over the weekend didn't stop hundreds of people from enjoying one perk of springtime.
People from all over the Quad Cities area checked out the Flower and Garden Show at the QCCA Expo Center. Local 4's Krista Burris gives us a look at this year's first taste of spring.
I didn't want to come. He did, so I'm glad I listened to him.
Carla and Logan Mars say they haven't been to the Flower and Garden Show for about a decade. This year they have a pretty big reason to make some changes in their yard.
Our grandson's getting married in June at our place on our property, so we were looking for some ideas to add to that. And then just some new ideas to put into our existing flower beds and stuff.
The couple says the hour trip from Canton, Iowa was well worth it. They say they've been inspired by many of the exhibits, including this one.
Some really nice pergolas made out of old rustic beams with like maybe a stone wall as one wall at the back. Some of the new plantings to add to our existing, plantings, trees and stuff.
Corn Crib Nursery owner Derek Ingstrom says they meet all kinds of people. Some look to make over their yards, others just want to find the best flowers for their garden.
Landscaping has come so far as the different types of materials you can incorporate into the landscape to build your patio or a retaining wall and things like that. And it also, with the different displays, it gives people a lot of ideas on how they can be creative to make their space their own.
And there's been plenty of people checking out the show this year, according to the coordinators. Show director Rob Yunker says the wet weekend helped out.
The weather has played a huge part in helping our show because the nice rainy days, there's not really a lot for people to do, and what better way to see some gorgeous flowers in a controlled setting and not have to worry about rain falling on your head.
Embracing the beginning of spring and making changes to enjoy warmer weather. Krista Burris, Local 4 News.
Thanks, Krista. And good news, you can still buy some of the flowers that were at the show today. They'll be on sale at the QCCA Expo Center in the North Hall between 2 and 6 tonight. And James, this is why spring is my favorite season. You start to see the grass get greener, the beautiful flowers starting to bloom. I love this season.
Definitely, the flowers, they are so pretty. We have some bushes that's getting some nice pinks and some yellows. So very nice to see the flowers.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the spring showers that we saw this weekend are helping out with that. Anthony, you said we've got more on the way.
We definitely have more on their way. We have some rain moving across Iowa and Missouri now. That'll be moving in here today, but a bigger rainmaker coming in here by the middle and end of the week. But out there this morning, we are dealing with some thick fog, so take it easy on your morning commute. You can see here over the Mississippi River, visibility is down to just a few miles. 48 right now with calm winds in Moline, 46 in Davenport with the north wind at 7. Here are those visibilities down to around 2 to 5 miles pretty much across the area, but you see as you look over toward Iowa City and Des Moines, visibilities are 10 miles, which is perfect visibility. But we also have some rain moving in. That's probably why you have higher visibility around the Des Moines area. Some rain moving out of central Iowa. So as we go through the morning into the afternoon and early evening, light rain is possible, likely more as you head off to the south and east. About 1/10 of an inch, 2/10 at the most, so not a big rainmaker, but enough to keep those roadways wet today. So take it easy so you don't slide into someone else.
That seems to be our story for now. Mild temperatures, not feeling too bad, just having to look out for those chances of rain.
That's right. And when we get to the 7 and 10 day forecast in this half hour, you'll notice that the mild temperatures do stick around. So we're seeing rain instead of snow.
Yeah, thankful for that no snow.
Thanks, Anthony. Coming up, the Iowa women look for victory in the Elite 8.
That and more ahead in your morning sports.
Stay with us. You're watching Local 4 News this morning at 6:39.
WHBF is local for you with James Sears, Emily Scarlett, and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.